What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, and we're here today for the second episode of our triple header as we had the NFL schedule release earlier, and now we're here today to give you my predictions for not only WWE Bash in Berlin, but also Sunday night we got NXT No Mercy. So I'm also going to give you my predictions on those matches that are going to go down. So let's go over all the matches that we're going to talk about here today for both shows. And then let's go and get to the chat. We'll go through the matches. And then we'll be back here one more time tonight to watch NXT. If any other more matches are announced, we'll let you know. And then we'll be simulating all of the matches in and going out at Bash in Berlin. And then two matches that will be going down in No Mercy. So let's go over all these matches. We got Alba Fire and Isla Dawn taking on the team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. We got a mixed tag team match of Liv Morgan, Dirty Dominic Mysterio as they take on the Terror Twins of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. We got Randy freaking Orton, the Legend Killer, taking on Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, for that World Heavyweight Championship. We got Kevin Owens taking on Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Does Cody Rhodes turn, or not Cody Rhodes, does Kevin Owens turn heel on Saturday? He might, guys. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he waits a little longer. But I think we could see it happen. So, Kevin Owens possibly turning heel, maybe. And then it's a match, hopefully the match that I think maybe should main event. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Hear from you guys what you guys got and what you guys think. But do you guys think this match should main event? Because I think it should. So, we got Bash in Berlin, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. It's a strap match going down in their second match of their rivalry. So now let's go over the matches real quick that will be going down at NXT No Mercy on Sunday night. And then we'll go through Bash in Berlin. We'll go through No Mercy. And everything else like that. We got Too Sweet Kyle in the house. What's up, Kyle? We got Daniel in the house. What's up, Daniel? He says Gunther and Randy my main event. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And that's honestly very well might what happened because obviously it's Gunther's hometown. So that's a good call. So let's go over what we got going down at No Mercy because we got a lot of pay-per-views. It never ends. So we got Tony D'Angelo and the family taking on Oba Femi for the North American Championship. I couldn't find the graphic, so this is the best picture I could find. But we got Wesley taking on Zachary Wentz in a singles match. I think this match should be like no holds barred, and maybe it will be added on tonight when we are watching NXT. We got an NXT women's match between Jada Parker of OTM, the fake OTM, because we all know who the real OTM is. And we got Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion. We also got that's NFL Week 1. And then we also have Ethan Page taking on Joe Hendry for the NXT Championship. And then I missed one up here. I missed two, actually. So we got that. That most likely will be the main event. But we also have an NXT North American Championship as it's Kalani Jordan and Wendy Chu going at it one-on-one. And then we got a tag team match for the tag team titles as Nathan Frazier and Axiom get their rematch against Chase U of Ridge Holland and Andre Chase. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And maybe that match may be on the pre-show. And if it is, I'm going to be kind of upset. But we've seen it happen in the past where they put the tag team matches in the pre-show. So those are all the matches that we got going down here on these next two shows, next two PLEs on Saturday and on Sunday. So let's get to the chat real quick. Let's see what you guys are saying. And then we'll start previewing all these matches. And let me know your guys' predictions. We got Daniel in the house. What's up, Daniel? Another day, another PLE. Gotta love it. Yes, sir, Kyle. Gunther Randy will main event. That is true. That is probably most likely what will happen last. I didn't even think about the hometown thing. I think if it does not main event, I think it starts off the show. I think that's going to be a very big telling. Like if like the hypothetically like the mixed tag team match starts off the show, I think Gunther and Randy definitely main event. Facts. Only one OT. I don't know why they're ripping you off. Man, you guys were around before these guys existed. That's baloney. You should we need to get the OTM name what is it? Stamped or approved or oh my god, what's the word? The why can't I think of it right now? So, let's start going through these matches and let's talk about them all. Somebody let me know what that name. No, well, not sue them, but what's that thing like? What the trademark? Go get OTM trademark. There we go. Trademark. Can't. I mean, I guess if you want. I mean, imagine. We got the bloodline and the fake bloodline, the bloodline 2.0, and then we got OTM, and then we got the fake OTM. So I want to know this, Kyle. Out of OTM, who would be your team to go up against the OTM guys? So it'd be you, I'm assuming Erica, and then who would join you? Who would be the third member of OTM to like in a 6-man tag team match? Let me know. But speaking of tag team matches, let's start off with these tag team matches. It's 2 tag team matches. And the first one we're going to start off with is a match that we're going to see happen is for the women's tag team championships. It's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn as they take on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. The Unholy Union went out and they won the titles against Jade and Bianca. So it would be very interesting to see what will happen in this match. I think that there's a case for both teams to win. I think that it would continue the reign for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. But I've also heard a lot of people say on other podcasts and just listening to stuff and even just the crowd reaction, nobody really seems to like the Unholy Union as tag team champions. So there is a very good possibility that they do lose the tag team champions. I just feel like if they don't lose the tag team championships, I feel like we're going to see Jade and Bianca turn heel. One of them turn heel. And I continue to say it. I want to see Bianca Belair turn heel. I want to see NXT Bianca back. And I want to see NXT Bianca come back and start just beating everybody up like she used to. So that's if they don't win. Now, Jade and Bianca could very well win this match. And they just gave Alba Fire and Isla Dawn the titles to win in their hometown. Even though they said they didn't. And, you know, they just wanted to give Bianca and Jade an opportunity to be 2-time tag team champions. That's another possibility, and that could very well be happening. But then my question is who then faces Jade and Bianca? Do we see them keep the titles until WrestleMania season, Royal Rumble season, and then maybe they start their rivalry from there? I talked about it on my prediction show that we see them break up by then, and we have them going one-on-one on a singles match. So that's my thing. But in this case, I'm going to say Jade and Bianca win, and I'm going to say that we see new tag team champions. I went very well back and forth on this one, and it's going to be very, like, I think it's going to be very telling to see where they're going to go next with the women's tag divisions based on who wins this match. So that's what I got for that one. Let me know what you guys think. As we got Jade on the side staring me down, making sure she's like, you better have picked me. So let's talk about the next tag team match. And it's featuring the most dirty couple in all of WWE. It's Dirty Dom and Dirty Liv. I can't even stop. It's Dirty Dominic Mysterio and the Women's World Champion, WWE Champion, Liv Morgan, as they take on the Terror Twins. And it is Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. I was kind of hoping that they would add this match to some type of a stipulation. I was hoping that they would make it more than just a regular mixed tag team match. But I feel like the rules are going to be out the window. I feel like we're going to see a lot of shenanigans. We see Judgment Day, Carlito, JD, Finn, Maybe we even see Rey Mysterio get involved. Rey's got nothing going on in Berlin. Maybe he just shows up and costs his son the tag team match. Let's just start being savages here. Here we go, So I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in this match. This match is another one that I think very well could start off the show because it is one of the biggest rivalries going on in WWE. It's one of the biggest things going just on in wrestling in general. Liv Morgan and Dominic is, I guess, the most over couple in WWE. So this is going to be a big time match. And, I think Germany is going to be all for it. So it's going to be good. Should be really interesting. But after it's all done and after it's all said and done, I'm going to say that we see Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio in this match. So Liv Morgan and Mr. Dirty Dom going to walk out. I said Mr. Liv Morgan. Mrs. Liv Morgan and Mr. Dirty Dom are going to walk out as champions. Judgment Day reign continues. They stand tall. And I think it would continue the rivalry just for the simple fact that it's like if Priest and Rhea win, then they got their comeuppance and they already got their revenge. I think this is going to continue. And I think we're going to see another match maybe two separate single matches at Bad Blood. Maybe we see some type of brutal match. But I don't think this is the last match of these four people going at it. So I'm going to say Rhea and Damian lose the first one. And they're going to lose. So let me know what you guys think about that one. But we're going to take the Judgment Day 2.0 to get the win there. Now let's talk about a World Championship match. And as we were about to press record, I was listening to the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes podcast that Cody Rhodes did recently, a couple weeks ago, I think. It might have even been a little bit longer ago. But Randy Orton, guys, I think I know what's going to happen here. And just hear me out. Let me know. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. But what if we have Gunther and Randy? They're obviously having their rivalry. They're going at it. They're having their match. What if we see Randy lose this match again? Gunther retains the title. And there are a lot of people out there right now that want Randy to win the title. And they want him to be able to tie and possibly go on to break it. Maybe him and Cena fight and see who breaks it. But what if they use this to use it up and to make Randy a bad guy? Because if Randy loses again, another world title match, he loses again a match that, he was hoping he was having big time. And Randy just isn't being the Randy that, he's losing a lot. He hasn't had, what you would think to be him coming back has been great. But I just think that they're going to play into it where Randy's going to lose. He's going to go back to SmackDown. And then Cody Rhodes is going to be celebrating. And Randy's going to be like, it's okay. It's okay. Because we all think Kevin Owens is going to turn heel. But what if we see Randy Orton turn heel on the SmackDown after Bash in Berlin? And RKO out of nowhere on SmackDown. And Randy Orton is there holding the world title. And then we start the rivalry between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes to go on and to go into the next few pay-per-views. Maybe they wait a little bit longer on that, but I think that's possibly what they could be doing. And as I said, yes, a lot of people want Cody Rhodes, or they want Randy Orton to win this match and everything, but I just don't see it happening, and I don't see Gunther losing the title. And you could say what you want about Gunther and him not being the guy that, you were hoping and having the title reign and that he doesn't feel whatever like he did with the IC title. Just some things I've heard from people. But I don't know what you're talking about because I think Gunther's fine. So Gunther and Randy going to go out there and have a great match on Saturday. But in the end, the ring general is going to win. And Gunther's going to walk out still your champion. And I don't think Gunther's losing it anytime soon. I don't think we see Cody lose it anytime soon. And who knows? Maybe Randy's the one to beat Cody. And maybe Cena's the one to beat Gunther. I don't know. Just throwing stuff out there, guys. So, speaking of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, let's talk about that match. Because this is a match between two faces. And a match that I feel like a lot of people really aren't excited for. when I feel like it is a match that a lot more people should be excited for, because it's going to be a really fun and exciting match. And it's going to be one of those that, yes, you might not be happy that it's Kevin, and Kevin's saying that he doesn't deserve this, and he doesn't this, and he doesn't that. But can we all be real here? We all know Kevin deserves this. We all know Kevin is the one that, he never got his Universal title rematch, that when he lost the Universal title from Goldberg. He never got the opportunity to go back and to be where he was at the point when he was the Universal Champion. So Kevin Owens deserves this more than Kevin Owens ever will understand. So Kevin Owens is another one. I don't think he's going to win this match, but I do believe that we could very well, and again, maybe it's just me fantasy booking because I do that a lot here, but what if we see Kevin Owens turn heel? What if we just see heel turns left and right, and they just shake up the WWE more than you ever think? Because I think that'd be a great way to continue the rivalries, whatever one they're going to continue. They're just going to have to, it's going to be really interesting to see how it goes. But Cody Rhodes will win this match. They're going to put on a good match for how long it will ever be. And I think that we will see Cody Rhodes win. Kevin Owens either just be sad and depressed, or he just takes out Cody at the end of the match. And I know Jadis likes me to predict the match time. So after I go through the predictions, I will give you my match time for each match. So let's say for this one, we'll start it here with this one. Let's say this one goes 18 minutes. I'll say 18 minutes with this one. So could very well be the main event, but as Kyle said, and as I've thought about it just sitting here, I do believe that we will see Gunther and Randy main event, or they will start off the show. So let's talk about what I think maybe will main event, and what I have just possibly being here, and what I have just my thoughts. So we only got one match left to talk about, and it might be the hottest rivalry in WWE since WrestleMania, costing championships, taking bracelets, taking shots at WrestleMania. We're back at it again, but this time it's a strap match. It is the man himself, the Menace One, Mr. Drew McIntyre, DM Hunk, whatever you want to call him. And then we got CM Punk, the best in the world at what he does, in a strap match and a rivalry that literally I feel like I'm watching 2K. I feel like I'm watching somebody play my GM mode, where like every week the rivalry level grows and it grows and it just keeps going, where they're on like a level like 50 rivalry and they're just ready to rip each other's hair out. So I'm excited for it. I love a strap match. I always have loved strap matches. And if you don't know what a strap match is where you're obviously, like you guys saw yesterday on Raw when we were watching it, they will both be on the strap, and you have to touch each corner in a sequence of times. So you got to hit the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then you win the match. But if at any point Drew McIntyre takes out Punk, Punk takes out Drew, they have a minute like fight, it resets, and you got to do it all over again. So that is the stipulation, and that is how you win a strap match. And if you have not yet, I would definitely go check out some. You could go check them out on YouTube, I'm sure. Peacock, if you have the WWE Network, wherever you're at. So strap match is going to be good. I'm excited for it. I love stipulation matches. You guys know how I feel about that. So I think what's going to happen, though, is we're going to see CM Punk win this one, because they're going to tie it up. And then apparently the rumor is that they're having a match at Bad Blood inside of a Hell in a Cell. So I'm excited to see where it goes, what happens with this match. But they're going to rip each other's hair out like they have all last 8 months, 10 months, however long they've been feuding for. I feel like it's been 10 months at least. Very well, it's been since since WrestleMania, or since the Royal Rumble. So what, 7 months? Yeah, still. Drew McIntyre, Punk, going to be a great match, but Punk's going to tie it up, and we're going to lead into Bad Blood. So, Those are my predictions for Bad Blood. Now, we're gonna reset this stuff. I'm gonna get to the chat again, and then we're going to switch it up here, and then we're gonna predict No Mercy. So let's get to the chat. Let's see what happens. He said, let's sue them. Definitely Tucker. So it'd be Tuck, Kyle, and Erica. That is true. Man, I don't know how Tucker does those marathons, bro. We gotta give Tucker some like credit, man, because Tucker's man or Tucky, Jim, man. I don't know. I could not. I run like a mile and I'm done. Wouldn't be surprised if something happens that teases a split between Jade and Bianca. Do you think they lose, or do you think they just start teasing it? Bianca got to be the heel. I agree. That's what I'm saying, man. I do. I just think that it would make more sense. And when was the last time Bianca was a heel? I don't think Bianca's ever been a heel on the main roster, to be honest. And you say their name and they appear. Oh, shoot. The OTM member and the OTM crews is in the house. I should not have said their name. What if Naomi turns on? That's a good call. That I didn't even think about that because we haven't talked about we have not talked about possibly Naomi too, because that's a good call. Naomi is a very good. I just wonder how they would fit Naomi. Maybe Naomi takes out and maybe she feuds with Bianca or Jade for a little bit. But I could definitely see maybe Bianca and Naomi staying together and maybe building themselves a new Team Bad or something. That could work. Something like that, you know. So, speaking of Team Bad, the EST, and all that stuff, guys, it is now time to switch it over from Bash in Berlin to NXT No Mercy. As we got five matches, 6 matches that will be going down. How many matches we got going down at this show? I'm losing track. 2, 4, 6. So we got 6 matches going down in No Mercy. So now let's take a moment and let's go over these. Let's preview these matches. And then we'll get to the chat again. Keep leaving your questions, your concerns, your comments. Continue to join me here. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. You guys are all the best. And remember, stick around because you may have a chance to win the MVP of the episode. So, let's get to these. But we got Kalani Jordan taking on Wendy Chu for the NXT North American Championship. We got a tag team match between Ridge Holland and Andre Chase at Chase University as they take on Axiom and Nathan Frazier. We got Tony D of the family taking on Obafemi for the North American Championship. We got Zachary Wentz taking on his old buddy of MSK, Wesley. We got Roxanne Perez taking on Jada Parker for the NXT Women's Championship. And then we got in the main event, most likely, it's Ethan Page, the NXT champion, as he takes on, say his name, and he appears, Do You Believe in Joe Hendry? So, guys, we got all those matches going down at NXT No Mercy. 6 matches and a lot to get to. So, let's start previewing these matches. And then, like I said, we'll get to the chat. We'll see how you guys are all feeling. And then we will let you guys go until 7 o'clock because we'll be back here to simulate all 5 matches that we just talked about at Bash in Berlin and 2 matches that are going to be going down at this pay-per-view, No Mercy. So, let me know, what do you guys think those 2 matches will be? So, let's talk about it. And let's talk about this tag team match first. As it's Axiom, and it's Nathan Frazier, and it is Andre Chase and Ridge Holland, the NXT Tag Team Champions. If you were to tell me a year ago that Ridge Holland would be an NXT, a Tag Team Champion with Chase U, I would have laughed at you. I would have bet you money. I would have lost a lot of money. And that's exactly where we're at. Ridge Holland left the Brawling Brutes. He had a little breakdown. And then he found himself at Chase U. So here we are. So this match, obviously, I was very shocked when we first saw that they won the tag team titles because I did not believe that we were going to see that happen. And I thought maybe we would see something like that, like Axiom and Nathan keep them for a little bit longer. But they pulled the trigger on this. So I think that this match very well could be on the pre-show. Maybe they add a match. We could see that be announced tonight. Remember, NXT starts at 7 o'clock. So Axiom and Nathan Frazier, Chase U, they'll go out there, they'll do some crazy stuff like they always do. But in the end, and after the match is all said and done, I'm going to say that Chase U retains the titles. And I'm going to say Axiom and Nathan Frazier have a heel turn. And we see Nathan Frazier turn heel on Axiom. Listen, I'm having fun with these heel turns. It's just going to be a heel turn weekend. We're going to see a lot of people go from good people to bad people to good people. We're going to see all types of shenanigans. And if you don't like it, then I don't know why you wouldn't want to see that. I love shenanigans and heel turns. They're so much fun. So let's say Chase U walks out your tag team champions. Now let's talk about another championship match, and it is for the NXT North American champion. It's Tony D and the family, and they are taking on Oba Femi, the North American champion. And we've talked a lot about Oba Femi on this channel. I've talked about it on other people's podcasts. I've talked about it on people that I've just talked to in general. And I really love Oba Femi. And I think he's just going to continue his rise into the NXT division. And I think by the end of the year, he's competing for that world title. So, Oba Femi, Tony D'Angelo. Tony D going to have the help from Vinci and Stacks. Adriana will be out there too. So we'll have to see what happens with all of that. But I think Oba Femi will be fine. They're going to put on a good match. It's going to be a good showing for both guys. But in the end, Oba Femi will get the win. He'll pick up the dub, and he'll have himself a good time walking out still your North American champion. Now let's talk about another championship match, as it's for the women, and it's that North American champion for the women, as we have Kelani Jordan taking on the new Wendy Choo. Okay, so can somebody explain to me what Wendy Choo is doing exactly? Because I feel like this just ain't working for me. What happened to the creepy lady that we saw? What happened? Like, I don't know. Maybe this is a Wendy Choo idea, but like, and you guys let me know. Do you guys feel this way too about Wendy Choo? It's not hitting for me. Doesn't feel the same. It doesn't do it for me. So let me know what you guys think. And I don't know. I love Wendy Choo. I've always liked Wendy Choo, but I've just not really liked the creepy sleeping gimmick. And we'll have to see what happens. But I'm going to say Kelani Jordan walks out, still champion, and Wendy Choo puts up a good fight, but it's just not enough for her to win the actual match. So Wendy Choo losing, and we'll see somebody like Sol Ruka, somebody like that take the title off of Kelani Jordan. So we talked about that. Now let's get to a heated rivalry. We'll take a break from these tag team matches, and let's talk about a rivalry between two guys that just were best friends, tag team champions, and we never saw this moment coming. Honestly, I never thought we'd see this actually happen, and I never thought we'd see these guys actually break up with and, do what they are doing to each other. It's Wesley, it's Zachary Wentz. I think that this match should be a Falls Count Anywhere, crazy stipulations, stuff like that. But also, we could very well just be seeing a matchup that we see them have a few of. They go out there and have a little rivalry. They start off with the singles match. And again, we still have NXT tonight. So these predictions, if you are listening after the show is live, Obviously, these predictions are coming out after, or I should say before NXT comes out. So after NXT comes out, if there is anything that changes, I will obviously give you my thoughts when we're here tonight watching and when we're playing 2K while we're simulating these matches. But Zachary Wentz, Wesley, gonna put on a show. It's gonna be a great match between two ex-best friends. And I'm gonna say for the first match, I'm gonna say Zachary Wentz gets the dub. And I'm gonna say that Wesley loses on his brand, on his pay-per-view. And he's not no more NXT. He's just another guy laying down on the mat. So Wesley gonna lose, and Zachary gonna get the win here to start the rivalry. Probably see another match at the next pay-per-view. See them continue on TNA, continue on NXT, and just go out there and just tear it down. So Wesley, Zachary Wentz. It's gonna be a great match. Now let's talk about. We got two more matches to go. It is for the NXT Women's Championship. It's Roxanne Perez as she takes on Jada Parker for the NXT Championship match. So, obviously, Ava Raine set up that little gauntlet match. She set up that little thing that we saw, that little thing I said. We saw her set up the match and saw her set up what went down with and all the new superstars, the women that never got an opportunity at the Women's Championship before. And Jada Parker came out on top, and Jada Parker will now be taking on Roxanne Perez. So, Jada Parker, Roxanne Perez, it's going to be a very good match. I'm excited to see Jada Parker be put in this position because I do believe that at one point and in the next very few short years, we will see Jada Parker as an NXT champion. So, it's not her time just yet, I think. Maybe. I'll say this is the one I'm least confident in, because people have said and people keep making comments about Roxanne Perez. But when is it Roxy's time? I don't know. But what I think is going to happen, Jada's not going to win. We're going to see Roxanne Perez win. And then we saw somebody just finish off her career in her other company. But now she's going to be here. She's showing up to NXT at No Mercy. And it's Julia. Julia walks out after the match. She stares down Roxanne. And we fade to black. And we go into the main event. So, Roxanne wins. And we see the debut of Julia on NXT TV. And then we see what happens on the following Tuesday, the coming Tuesday. And we see what happens with them. And we see where they go from there. So, what do you guys think about me having, and what do you guys think about Julia returning? So, now let's do one more. And it's main event time. So, I want to see it in the chat from all my members. If you have not become a member, go and make sure you do that so you could use the same perks. You could use the same emotes and all that good stuff. So, guys, it's main event time. And that could only mean one thing. It means that we're going to be talking about, for the NXT Championship, it is Ethan Page taking on Mr. Joe Hendry. And if you say his name, he will appear. And oh, he is. He's appearing, that's right, at No Mercy. Joe Hendry in the main event. It's going to be a good one. But can I say this? Who would have thought that we would be seeing an ex-AEW superstar and a TNA superstar in the main event of a WWE PLE a few years ago? Not me. Because, guys, let's be real here. If it was not for Vince McMahon not being in charge, if it was not for the TKO and everything else like that, none of this would be possible right now. So, just wanted to take a minute to remember that, because we got to remember sometimes how lucky we are as wrestling fans that we are able to get the opportunity to do this, do that, watch these matches, and stuff like that, other than fighting and arguing about who our favorites and everything else, everything in between that. So, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, guys, I want to say Joe Hendry wins. I really do. I really do. I do believe. I believe in Joe Hendry. But are you going to have a TNA guy win the match and then bring it to the other company Very well could. I mean, I feel like we're going to be going back to WCW and Monday Night Raw days. And I don't know. So that's my only thing about Joe Hendry. If Joe Hendry was a full-time NXT superstar and he wasn't in TNA, I would say Joe Hendry in a second. So hopefully they put on a good match, fight each other, tear it down, some fall finishes, and everything that should be go down in a main event. But after it's all said and done, I'm going to say that Ethan Page keeps his title. He retains it. And Ethan Page walks out. Still, you're NXT champion. So, Ethan Page walking out, doing his thing in the main event. And maybe we see somebody come out, maybe a return, maybe somebody we saw earlier in the night. But Ethan Page will be still your champion, walking out of Denver at No Mercy. So, let's get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are all saying. And then we're going to say goodbye until we come back here at 7 o'clock for Bash in Berlin as we preview and we see what 2K decides on what will go down at these shows. So, like I said, we will be doing all 5 matches at Bash in Berlin. And then we will be doing Joe Hendry and Ethan Page. And we will also be doing Wesley taking on Zachary. So, Zachary and Wesley. And we will be doing Ethan Page and Joe Hendry. So, those 7 matches is what we will be doing here later on tonight at 7 o'clock. About 7:10 to be exact. And everything else like that. I got to go shower and everything. You know, I got to go and I got to what's the word? My hygiene. I gotta make sure my hygiene's up to code, you know. We don't want none of that. We don't want to be a smelly boy on the block, you know. So, smelly guy on the block. So, guys, that is all that I have here for you though, but let's get to the chat and then we're gonna say goodbye. We got Temple in the house. What's up, Temple? He said Temple's Learning Tree. He's changed his name. I guess he's buying into the Learning Tree, guys. If adversity is ice cream, always put a cherry on top. I'm done with you. You're funny. What's up, Scarlett? We got Scarlett in the house. Scarlett, how you doing? Randy Orton is a 15-time world champion very soon. Possibly. I would not. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him, and I would not be shocked at all. So, keep that in mind. We'll have to see if it happens. I would not mind it, though. Have you had your 5 a day today? Because you know I have. I'm so done with Temple. Temple, what's gotten into you, bro? We got Ava in the chat. She said, yeet. What's up, Ava? She said main event time. Yes, it is. I believe in Joe Hendry. You got to eat your five a day and shower every single. Yes, I got it. Oh, okay. I guess I got to get the 5 a day too, guys. So I'm going to go get that 5 a day and I'm going to go take a shower and all that good stuff. But don't you worry because we got one more episode here today. We got the NFL schedule release. If you have not yet, go check that out. So you know when we're going to be here all NFL season long and all winter long for the NFL season. We got this show right here. So if you have not yet, go back a little bit. Check out the preview show for Bash in Berlin. And then go back if you have not yet and check out the rest of the predictions for No Mercy. So we'll be back here tonight, guys, at 7 o'clock. As it's just me tonight because we usually do it with Willie, but Willie's going to skip this one. And Willie will be back for the next pay-per-view, which will be Bad Blood. So, Bash in Berlin, simulation tonight. Simulate the 5 matches, the 2 matches from No Mercy. And we're going to talk, chat, and all that good stuff. Just hang out. Because remember, we will not be live here tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. I know I'm missing a SmackDown. Don't yell at me. But we're traveling. We got to go do some fantasy football drafts in person. We got to do a couple things. So, I don't want to move any of the equipment. I got everything all finally set up, as you guys saw in the house tour. So I don't want to do any of that shenanigans. So we're just going to take a few day break. We'll have some shorts. We'll have the clipped videos of the matches from 2K and everything else like that. But thank you guys all for coming and hanging out earlier. Thank you for coming and hanging out today. This right now. Make sure you come and hang out here tonight to watch NXT. And we watch the simulation. So, thank you guys so much. Go follow all the social medias. Become a member. Go get yourself some merchandise on bonfire.com/Tino's Time. Let's give away today's MVP. And let's give it to our guy Temple's Learning Tree, as Temple's been here asking some good questions, all 40 minutes long. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you tonight in an hour and 29, or I should say an hour and 19 minutes to be exact, as we simulate Bash in Berlin and a few matches from No Mercy.